This tutorial will cover correcting and resuming an exam on the browser. Following this tutorial, you will be able to use the progress note to resume a diagnosis, resume a plan, review findings, and reorder impressions, and view visit note details. From the visit overview, go to the ocular exam room. Scroll down to the progress note. The progress note will provide detailed information on what's been documented for this visit. You can review the chief complaint. You can also add additional HPI notes. However, this will not modify any HPI elements. We see the clipboard information, the review of systems, and all of the exam details will show everything that was documented in the exam set. We're seeing the CD ratios that were documented, as well as any findings or drawings that were done within the ocular exam room. As we scroll down, we will see the diagnosis codes and all the plans that were documented. Here we're seeing myopia, OU. I'm also seeing the status of worsening and all of the plans that were documented. And we have blepharitis OU. We see that it was a new diagnosis. We're seeing the findings that were documented, as well as all of the plans. And also here within the progress note, we'll see those glyph tools or the drawings that we did in the ocular exam room. To the right of each impression, you have several actions. Delete will remove the diagnosis and all plans documented. Override allows you to document information manually. However, this is not recommended. Findings will provide a list of findings that have been assigned to that diagnosis. Rather than deleting the diagnosis and starting over, you could choose Replace Diagnosis to correct the diagnosis code if you did document the incorrect one. Each plan also has a couple of options. You can resume the plan, which will reopen the plan and allow you to add or change anything, and you can delete a plan. Resume diagnosis would be used if you needed to add an additional plan to the diagnosis itself. So if we choose resume diagnosis, it'll actually resume the diagnosis. Here we see the classification that was documented. If there had been any findings documented, those would be highlighted. And over here on the right, we can go down to the plans section and just simply select the plan we forgot and document. When finished, we can scroll below the diagram and choose Done with this diagnosis and plan, and that will actually save any changes we made if you wanted to then scroll through the progress note to see those changes. You also have the ability to reorder your diagnosis codes. When I choose Reorder Impressions, if I needed to move the medical diagnosis into the first position for billing, I can just simply drag and drop that into the appropriate order that I want to show that in, and then choose to reorder. I can now save the visit note, and that'll take us back out to the visit overview. To review your visit, select View Visit Note. This takes us to the Visit Note Detailed screen. So here we can actually review everything we've documented. The word preliminary is across the center of the screen, and that's only because this visit hasn't been finalized yet. We see the chief complaint detail, the clipboard information. We see anything that we documented in the review of systems. All of our pre-test information is documented here under iExam. And as I scroll down, I'm also going to see those exam details. So there's the findings, the CD ratios, and as we continue to scroll down, we're going to see all the diagnosis codes and plans that we documented. And if there were any glyph tools drawn in the ocular exam room, those are going to be all the way at the very bottom of the visit note. Here we see the drusen and the choroidal nevus. Thank you for listening. We hope you found this tutorial useful. Please visit our support community to view additional tutorials.